Jamie.
Test. Oh.
1-2 Radio.
But that's your suggestion. I'm here with Digital Terror. It's 28th of June 2024, 12:21 p.m. Just a slight impromptu interview before you go to Glasgow.
Yeah, no, I mean, you only hit me up about this kind of... Ooh, and I'm getting shifted in the way. Hello. Yeah, no, I mean, you only hit me up about this yesterday, but we'd obviously been talking about it for a while, and I'd been sitting on this track for a minute, so... was kind of a good incentive to just stop dicking around.
Yeah, and you've been working on this?
Yeah, it's kind of hard to say. I think I started the track over a year ago and then did nothing with it for a solid 6 months. But the last couple of weeks anyway, I've kind of quit the job, lots of changes, and...
I feel that, yeah.
Yeah, just, I guess, inspired to do stuff again, so, yeah.
Yeah. So this is Black into Blue by Digital Terror, and what can you tell the world about it before we get right into it?
Yeah, not a lot. I mean, I guess it was kind of the product of recurring artistic crises. Yeah, so not a lot else other than what's there, I guess.
And with that, this is Black into Blue by Digital Terror.
1-2 Radio.
kind of vendetta. Well, I'm still breathing, I'm still alive. You tried to ruin me, to crucify. Now you see me.
That was fantastic.
Oh, cheers, bro.
Black into Blue by Digital Terror coming to...
Hopefully most things by next Friday. Spotify, there might be a slight delay, but it'll definitely be on Bandcamp, SoundCloud, and I guess my Instagram. However, I'm going to stick it on there.
And what's your Instagram?
Digital_Terror_NZ.
And Bandcamp?
God, I actually need to look that up. I literally have sort of panic made all of these things in the last little while. Uno momento. I think it's literally just Digital Terror, but you can find it through the Instagram, so yeah.
Which is good. We love Instagram.
Yeah, definitely makes all this easier.
Yeah, and you were born in Glasgow?
Yes, yeah,
Right.
born in Scotland, immigrated here at like 3, something like that.
Yeah, and you've been musical...
Pretty much, I guess, my whole life. I think I was kind of the letdown of the family until about 12 because I'd played guitar but poorly. And then, seriously, like every other member of my family was like fantastic jazz musicians or something, and then there's me like slamming a keyboard going, it makes loud noises. So, yeah. Yeah, it was kind of always around. Dad's always played stuff, always had music about.
Because your dad's so cool.
Oh, cheers, bro.
He's
He
so
would like
cool.
that.
I've heard so many stories about him. He sounds awesome.
Yeah, no, he's kind of that, like, peak dad.
Gen
it's
X
like-
is just different, bro.
He just doesn't care. And it's like, as a kid, it was incredibly embarrassing, and then you get older, and you're just like, nah, you know what? Dad was a vibe. Like...
Yeah, shout out Dad.
Shout out Donald.
Shout out Donald. And with that, that was Mike V and the Rats with Vendetta moving into one of Digital Terror's suggestions.
Oh, yeah.
Lipstick Destroyer by Tobacco. What can you say about?
Yeah, this was kind of a big song for me, I guess. Tobacco was just one of those artists that got me really, really into electronic music and stuff. And I guess particularly trying to use like analog instrumentation with your typical MIDI backing and stuff. Yeah, dude's one of those guys with like 1,000 old synths in his basement and stuff, you know. So yeah,
That's awesome. This is Lipstick Destroyer by Tobacco. Back in Black, Jamie. So we were just talking about what to talk about, and we can't talk about a lot of stuff that we were going to talk about. But you've been in metal bands, you've been around the scene, you've been around the block.
Yeah. I mean,
it was super interesting hearing your track, because there was a whole other side of Jamie that I've never really heard of. You've been prolific in the metal scene for about 7 years now.
Yeah, prolific is kind of generous, but kicking around, I don't know.
Yeah.
No, I mean, this was a lot of stuff I did, I guess, more when I was at university and stuff, and then kind of got into metal bands, started doing all of that stuff, and it sort of just sat in the background for a long time. So I guess with not being in metal bands anymore and looking to move and all of the stuff that's going on at the moment, I just thought, kind of keen to do this again.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. So when you're back in, where are you moving in?
Oh God, who knows? I'm kind of jumping around. So I'll be in the Channel Islands, which is like a group of rather small islands between France and England for, I don't know, at least 6 months. I think I'm there. I've got a bartending gig lined up, but hopefully just get a chance to make some more music while I'm there, and then eventually I think I'm going back to Glasgow. So
Yeah, that'll be dope.
yeah.
That'll be dope. This is Holiday by Green Day, as everyone our age knows.
Yeah, no.
Onto radio.
On holiday.
So Jamie and I, we both work in Ableton as a mixing, mastering space. A lot of people don't like Ableton. I've heard people describe it as a spider web.
Yeah, I mean, look, I don't know if it's the most intuitive, digital workspace, but at the same time, it's really versatile, it's really flexible, and if you get used to it, it's, I don't know, I definitely think it's, more diverse. You can do more with it, I find, than like Logic or Pro Tools isn't really for the kind of stuff we do, but you know what I mean.
No. And moving on, do you have any kind of main inspirations, or do you just are you inspired by yourself?
It's kind of just a scattershot of everything. Like you said, I'd kind of been in the metal scene for a while, so that definitely influences, I guess, what I do and how I go about writing music. But yeah, like there was a lot of jazz at home as a kid, and then I think like every white kid that grew up on the North Shore, I had the like definite rap phase, listened to a lot of Run the Jewels.
And we're listening to Gentleman by Fela Kuti for everyone at home.
Yeah, this is a jam.
Yeah, I like jazz.
Me too.
My granddad has probably no shit like 1,000 jazz and classical music CDs. So
oh, true.
We just listen to that at home.
Yeah, no, I mean, I inherited my granddad's pretty big vinyl collection of all like Django Reinhardt and stuff. So
Fantastic.
actually something I'd love to sample at some stage, but
Yeah.
it's oddly hard to find analog samplers these days. Like
Like a USB to vinyl.
yeah, the amount of times I've tried looking for it and people have just told me, why don't you just, sample from WAV files or whatever, and it's like,
You don't get the patina of real analog media.
yeah, no, and I mean, obviously vinyl has that very, tactile is the wrong word, but like the vinyl itself obviously has a sound.
And if you leave it in a hot car, the sound of it changes.
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of weird. Like, I have some records that I've had for so long that the like skips and scratches on it. If I listen to the song on YouTube or something, it's like, this is wrong.
Yeah.
It's meant to skip here. Like,
Oh, right.
yeah, like it's just become so ingrained in me. I'm like, no, like this is wrong.
I like metal because metal is extremely just, like Ginge comes in here on Mondays and they were talking about, all the different, to me it's just metal.
Yeah,
It's like grindcore and all this other stuff. And it's also creative, like there's so much going on. Like
it's definitely. Yeah, it's funny because it's one of those genres I think a lot of people just go, it's just... Like, if you're not into it, it's just loud and it's all metal. And then, obviously, the diversity within it as a genre is pretty wide. I was never one to be super picky about labelling genres, You get some of those dudes, it's black and death and this and that and a million different qualifiers, and I sort of lose interest, but... yeah, it definitely, as a genre, there's a lot of different stuff going on there.
Yeah, and you can hear it in your latest track. Like I describe it as like a soundscape.
Yeah,
It's
I guess
just fantastic.
Yeah.
It feels dangerous.
Yeah, no, pulling those Glasgow vibes into it. It's fun, but you might get stabbed.
We were talking about how Auckland, when the New Zealand company came over, they advertised New Zealand as the new England. They just didn't specify what part of England.
Yeah, no,
And you were comparing Auckland to Liverpool, which I thought was a very good comparison, because we're not quite London and we're not quite Manchester.
Nah.
We're third best.
A little bit. God, I'm going to get shit when I go home. My uncle's a Scouse, so he's going to hear this and kick my ass. But no, it is kind of true. New Zealand's... Like, Auckland's definitely a major city, but it's not quite that major either, so it's... Yeah. It's always had a particular vibe to it.
Yeah.
I mean, I do love Auckland. I've loved growing up here. Obviously, I'm leaving, so not enough to keep me in the country, but yeah, no, it'll always be home.
Those dry summer Saturdays, 1 p.m. in the hammock.
Yeah, I mean, you're just describing my unemployed life at this point.
As a fellow victim of redundancy, it sounds like a good day to me.
It's becoming alarming how relatable that is.
To a lot of
people in
people.
this city, it's just like redundant. Yeah, woo.
Yeah. What's going on, Jamie? I don't know.
I'm not a politician or an economist, but it does seem bad. So yeah, definitely just pulling my escape card and running back to the UK.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
All right. Well, Jamie, thanks for coming in.
No, of course, bro. Always.
Appreciate it. Lots of love.
Cheers, brother.
On to radio. And have fun in Glasgow.
Oh, of course, bro.
Give them hell. Goodbye.
Cheers.